Yo, what up, word? It's your boy El Modi, Universal Humanitarian. You already know. And I'm here with my goddess today, Angel Verse Arcana. And we come today to talk about
Hi, how are you?
how to deal with karma. And I'm gonna let her introduce herself first. And
My name is Kelly. I'm with Angel vs. Arcana. I practice tarot. I'm an oracle reader. I'm really intuitive, and I use other forms of divination, of course. I am an astrology enthusiast, not quite an astrologist yet, but I'm on the way. And I am glad to be here. Thank you for having me.
no problem, no problem. Glad to have you. Yeah, you can find her on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok at Angel Verse Arcana. And you already know your boy El Moore. You can find me on YouTube, Universal Humanitarian, Facebook, Universal Humanitarian, IG, Universal Humanitarian, or whatever else social media you want to find me on at Universal Humanitarian. So we're gonna come today talking about how to deal with karma, deal with traumas, which is associated with our karmas anyway. So, and I'll let her start, or I'll start off or whatever, however you want to do it.
Um, how to deal with trauma. I mean, honestly, it varies. It really just depends on what it is. I think in some, I can only really speak from experience, right? So I think in some of my situations, a big part of me dealing with trauma is being able to process it. And the only way that I found success in being able to process trauma personally is first having a safe space to process in. And for me, I didn't have that growing up. So it took a long time, like a long, long journey for me to find stability in a safe space where I could
Mm,
be myself without suppressing any part of myself and really just like honor my feelings because like I got a big personality, I got big feelings, and that is a lot for those who might not have met themselves as deeply, you know? So
right.
I think first things first, how I process how, first things first for me, it's really been like finding a foundation, like building a foundation for myself and creating a safe space for myself to really be able to do that. And I feel like I've fully kind of like almost not even like I don't even know. Like when I think that I've unraveled everything, the divine will kind of show me, there's something else. So I'd say the last 5 years have been probably the most pivotal in my growth and in my healing in terms of just like processing, being able to fully process my trauma. Cause I moved from Seattle to Oregon at the end of 2022. And I basically decided to like reinvent myself, but it sort of like wasn't a full reinvention because I was sort of like already leaning into who I am now back then. It's
Mm,
just I didn't have I guess space for myself to really expand on it, I guess. And so
right.
that's another reason why I chose to like leave states and, come here and came out with my best friend. We got a 2-bedroom apartment together, lived together for about a year and a half. And then we actually lived next door to each other.
Oh yeah,
Um,
that's
are you still
that what's
on?
up.
Okay, I was like,
Yeah,
are you
yeah,
still on here? You like disappeared.
yeah. You
Okay.
just got the
So
flow
yeah,
right
and then
now.
I got my okay, cool. So yeah, and then I got my own spot, so we live right next door to each other. So this has kind of been my safe space. This has been a space where I've been able to really just go through things, and I mean, honestly, part of that is just being radically honest with myself and not trying to be a big girl, not trying to be strong because like my whole life I've always had to like be strong, and like just pull through and just pick up and move on before I've even had time to process.
Right.
And I didn't really realize how long I'd been doing that for. So I didn't really realize how much I'd honestly been carrying. Um, so now I'm at that point in my life where it's been 5 years since I've been here. I've had a long time to go through things. And it's really just been about being radically honest with myself, like admitting to myself, hey, I'm not okay. This was actually really fucked up that happened. I didn't deserve it. Learning about myself and like the 5 parts of my soul. Like I believe we have 5 parts of the soul. I believe you have your higher self. I believe you have your shadow. I believe you have your, feminine, masculine, and your inner
Hmm.
child. And I had to
Right.
acknowledge all 5 parts of those. Well, I had to learn that I had 5 parts to my soul. And then I had to like address them and like nourish them and like heal them and like even apologize to them. Like, you know, I worked my masculine energy like a freaking dog. You know, my feminine energy, like I constantly freaking sold her out for relationships all the time, you know, just to make other people happy all the time. My inner
Mm-hmm.
child never ever got to express herself, you know what I mean? And I felt a
Right.
lot of shame anytime I would express myself. Like if I had big feelings, like I'm an Aries as well. So imagine like having big feelings and throwing an Aries temper tantrum because you're fucking traumatized and you have dysregulated emotions. That's a lot for anybody who doesn't understand you and your story, and anybody who hasn't really met themselves that deeply, and anybody who isn't like as understanding or compassionate. That's a lot for somebody to handle. So of course you're going to be like dismissed or looked at crazy, or people are gonna be like, nah, I'm gonna fall back from you, you know. But I think that's like that was a blessing for me. Like I needed isolation. I needed to learn who was really for me and who wasn't. I needed to learn what true friendship looked like without sacrificing any part of myself, without taking
Right.
myself out of alignment in my authenticity, you know. And I
Mm-hmm.
have that today, and I'm so grateful. And honestly, if it wasn't for me jumping ship and leaving Seattle and coming here, and because you know, I only got like two people out here. I got one person that I met out here, and then my best friend, you know. And
Mm-hmm.
it might sound lonely on the outside, but it's really been the best thing for me, because I used to be the type of person like go out all the time, like, you know, before like my awakening, I was drinking all the time, you know, doing drugs and, you know, sleeping with, you know, whoever I wanted to sleep with, just because I was a free spirit and I just, you know, didn't really understand energy at the time. Not the way that I do now, you know. So like even people back home, you know, like they know me, but they don't really know me like that anymore. Like I haven't really had the opportunity to really like introduce myself and like even get together with anybody so they can really like get to know me.
Right. It's the new you. The
It is.
transform.
It is. It's like, yeah, it's Kelly 4.0. That's what it feels
Right.
like. So, yeah, and just when you do process your trauma and you do start healing that, you really do shed so many versions of yourself. Like think about how a snake sheds its skin. You shed old versions of yourself because you realize you're no longer in survival mode. You're no longer in a space where you need to like protect yourself. You're no longer in a space where like it's like creating a life for yourself that you don't necessarily need a vacation from type shit, you know? Like I am really big on who I allow in my life and who I call my friend, and I'm really selective because I've been through a lot, you know. I'm sure like everybody else, you know, I've been through a lot in, you know, the relationships closest to me, you know. And if you anybody watching this, if you're into astrology, I have my Mars, my North Node in the 7th house, you know, in Aquarius. So
Right.
and then I also have my Venus in the 8th house. So I've dealt with like a lot of cyclical endings and
Right.
a lot of transformation, you know, in those areas. So um yeah, I think it's because I've shed so much, you know, and I've released parts of me that no longer serve more. It's like I had to teach my ego, my shadow side, listen, we're not in survival anymore. We don't need to be feral. We don't need to be rabid. When you're feeling disrespected, you don't need to go off and rip somebody's freaking face off. You only do that when you feel like you are in a situation where it's necessary. It took a long time for me to like stop doing that, because that's how I was my whole life, because that's what I was raised by, you know. And it took a long time to realize like, listen, I'm not in danger anymore, you know. And
Right.
my kitten, like I got a, well, she's a cat now. She's like almost 6 now, but you know, I got her at 7 weeks old back in 2019. And, you know, she was kind of feral, you know, and reminded me so much of myself. And like, I learned a lot about myself through her. I also learned patience. I learned how to respect, you know, boundaries. I learned what unconditional love looked like. You know, I learned so much just through my relationship with my cat. I know that sounds crazy to anybody who probably doesn't have a cat or doesn't, you know, have a relationship with animals, you know, the way that others do. But if you know, you know. And so because I've had to like unlearn all these things and release all these things and shed all these layers of myself, because it's not really me. It was who I had to be, because I was in environments where I needed to keep myself safe and I needed to, I guess, conform. And now I'm at that part where like I'm shedding. And it's like I'm getting to the core of me. And like I know who Kelly is. I love who Kelly is. It took a long time for me to like love and accept myself. And now because of that, I've become a vibrational match to those who really see me and love me unconditionally and like validate me, even though like I don't go like seeking validation, but it is nice. It feels nice to be vindicated. You know what I mean? So, because I've shed so many versions of myself, I think that, well, I know that that's why people back home don't know me anymore. And I think, you know, when I do get an opportunity to reintroduce myself, I think it's going to be nice, especially for those that really do love and miss me and that have always been rooting for me and that have always seen my potential, but saw like where my own pain got in the way, you know? So yeah, that's
Yeah.
just a little bit about, you know, processing trauma, at least in
Oh
my
yeah.
experience.
That's amazing how you built that bond with the cat. Because I got a cat also, as you know. Yeah.
That is my baby. That is my ace. Like, honestly, I would not be okay without her. She really gets me through everything. And I think that's going to be another lesson that I'm going to have to learn. And so I'm trying to learn that now. So the divine doesn't teach me in a harsh way by like taking her away from me unexpectedly. That I would
Right.
not be able to deal with. Like, I could cry right now thinking about that. That is my child. I don't have kids. This is my kid. So
That what's up. That what's up.
yeah.
Well, I'm gonna say by saying I'm proud of you, fam. You keep going. You got this. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you. That really means a lot. I've worked really, really hard and it's been a dark and lonely road. I can't even lie. It's been fucking ugly. It's been dark and ugly. And anybody who's watching this that's on their own path, on their own journey, has done their own shadow work, you know. I know you know what I'm talking about. You feel me? So, but yeah, it's been dark, it's been lonely, but honestly, like I'm starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel. I'm starting to naturally attract those who really rock with me and like want to support me and want to be there for me and want me a part of their life. And it's just nice. It's new. And I'm also with that training my feminine energy how to receive without the expectation of returning something. You know, it's like also
Right.
healing my masculine energy too, because like I come from a family that's very transactional. Like I can't get shit without it costing something, not even a compliment. You know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah. Sound like major growth for you and a major transformation.
Thank you.
That what's up.
Shout
Well,
out to anybody watching this that can relate. So
oh yeah, we got what up, Melly Michelle, Soul Fam? How you doing? And we got Miss Ride in the building. What's up, fam? Another Soul Fam member. I appreciate y'all joining the show. We're gonna talk about how to deal with these traumas that's often associated with our karmas. And one way I deal with my traumas is I go within through meditation. As everybody knows, that's part of my soul fam. We hold a meditation every week and we get in a safe space where we can announce our traumas. So we can bring it to the forefront of our conscious instead of putting it on the back burner where it be in our subconscious. Because as long as it's in the subconscious, you unconsciously operate out of that fear. Like how she was saying, you operate out the root chakra, you operate in survival mode. Because most of our trauma put us in survival mode, right? So when we talk about it and confront it and bring it to the forefront, we got a chance to change it. They like the double slit experiment. If anybody ever heard of that. So once we observe, we got the ability to change. But we're gonna get changed unless we observe it. So that's the purpose of talking about it. So we had a ability to manifest change within our reality and reprogram the subconscious. So through meditation is one way. And like when I'm feeling like some type of anger or something that trigger that trauma, traumatic experience, I just hit my punching bag. Or I might work out a little bit and that helped me tremendously. Especially hitting that punching bag because I get to release a lot of energy built up. And I
working
have a
out
lot.
definitely helps. Like working
Oh
out
yeah.
really helps. I used to like not want to work out at all, but especially being an Aries too, like I have a lot of like aggression that just needs to come out, and working out actually has been amazing. So
Yeah, you got to work out as an Aries or you get like you got to work out to make that blood flow. As an Aries, every Aries represent the blood. So working out increases your blood flow and it's also help you with your energy level. So y'all won't be having all them headaches and
that,
shit.
mhm.
And So y'all don't have high blood pressure too. So you gotta make sure that blood flowing correctly.
Oh yeah. That's
Yeah.
actually true about the blood pressure thing, because like I used to be able to feel my blood. Well, I still can feel my blood pressure rise when I'm getting angry. Like I can feel it, and I'm about to just like lose it, and then I just need to walk away because I'm like, okay, bitch, we've grown.
Right. You want to speak on knowing how to cut your losses?
Ooh, yeah, let's do it. That's honestly, that took a while for me to master, to be honest, because like I very much value my relationships, you know?
Hmm.
And I used to be the type of person to be like, no, I don't want to give up until like I've exhausted all options. But like that is exhausting in general. And I realize that it doesn't have to be all that. It doesn't have to be such a strenuous process like that. I think knowing when to cut your losses, especially when it comes to like people, places, things that don't serve you, jobs, whatever.
Yeah.
I learned how to really reflect on how I feel after talking to that person or leaving that place or that situation, or whenever I think about that situation, analyze how I feel. You know, how do I feel about myself? How did I, what's the energy that they're giving me or that it's giving me? Is it making me feel good about myself? Is it making me feel like crap? What is it? Am I happy? Am I unhappy? Am I frustrated? Am I angry? Like, what is it? You know, and if it's taking away from, if it's taking me out of alignment, and if it suppresses me in any type of way to where I can't just be myself, I'm not going to do it. Like I used to work in corporate in HR, you know, and I finally just stopped in February. Like I'm done. I can't go back. It
Right.
takes too much out of me. Like I have to like put on too much of an act. And it's like the old me that worked, you know, but I've shed that skin. I've shed those versions of me. I'm not that person anymore. And I can't just put that old raggedy ass fucking suit back on and perform the way that people wanted me to perform for them before. I can't do it. So like for me, knowing when to cut my losses was like learning to really understand like, okay, is this in alignment with who I am or not? It's really that simple. Do I feel good about doing what I do? Am I sacrificing any part of myself? Do I feel wholeheartedly seen and accepted and valued? Is it something that I feel like I need to fit into? You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
those are things that I will analyze. 555 on the clock. Confirmation, man. Confirmation. But those are things that I really look at for real. Those are things I really look at, and it's really easy for me to decide, you know. And so sometimes there have been people where like I've been quick to make the decision and they felt blindsided, but it's like at the end of the day, we're fucking grown. We know what we're doing, we know what we're not doing. And I'm
Facts.
intuitive. Like I'm intuitive, I'm clairsentient, I'm an empath. I know when you don't fucking like me for real, and I know when you're forcing it. So it's like, don't lie to me, and let's not lie to each other. And then I'll decide, you
Right.
know, whether or not I'm going to waste my time having a conversation about it or not. Because is this person emotionally intelligent enough? Are they mature enough? Like, are they going to understand? Is it going to be a conversation, or is this going to be something where like I'm over explaining? It's taking more energy than it needs to. It's turning into a fucking argument. It's making me mad or making you mad, like, or it's offending you. I'm not going to do it. I will just block you. I'll cut you off because I'm not wasting my time. And that's really that's a demonstration of self-love and self-respect for me and for you, because I'm not about to waste my time or yours. At the end of the day, we once were a vibrational match, which is why we rocked with each other. That means at one point in time, I saw you as a really great person. You probably still are. We're just not a vibrational match no more, right? So because
Right.
you're a great person and I'm a great person, there's no point in us arguing and saying all the fuck yous and going back and forth and it just ending badly. I might as well just cut it off. I understand that our time is here has served its course. You know, it's done, you know, and if I can't have a conversation with you to where it's going to turn into an argument, I'm just going to respectfully remove myself. And it really ain't no F you. It's just, I love me. I love you. I'm not trying to I'm not trying to put myself into a vibration that I don't want to be in. So peace, you know? And most
Right.
times if I have to make a decision like that, it's because these people know damn good and well what they did. They know damn good and well how they actually feel about me. So it's not really a loss in their
Fact.
mind. I'm not really a loss.
Big
So
facts.
not until they fucking need me for something.
I feel you on that, fam. For sure, for sure.
Yeah.
Melly said she Aries, Moon, and Mars here. She totally relate to that.
Oh, gang, what's up? So she already knows. Yo, Aries. Aries, Moon, and Mars people, those people, they might actually kill you. Like, I don't, when they go off, I will fall back. And usually I don't fall back. I'm a stubborn Aries, you know, I won't fall back. I got Capricorn Moon, Leo rising, you know, Aquarius, Mars, like, let's get it. But no, when an Aries Moon or Mars is mad, like, that might actually be death. And I have a Capricorn Moon in the 22nd degree, so it's kill or be killed. I know where it can go. I'm not doing that, yo. You go off. You go off. I'm gonna support
right.
you.
Yeah, as you know, authenticity is the highest vibration next to love. So operating in your authentic self is like the greatest thing you can ever be to yourself. You know what I'm saying?
I
So
can't listen. Oh, go ahead.
like you said, society try to put you in the box and make you operate on their time and how they want you to be. But as for me, I'm gonna be my authentic self no matter where I'm at or what I'm doing. And I come with love. So, I come with the highest vibration possible. And try not to
Oh yeah.
be around people that gonna bring my vibration down. So we gotta be conscious of what and who we engage with. Try to engage on the high vibrational beings. She said I black out and yes.
I saw that, yo. That's crazy. Little medals over here. If I ever need you, I'm gonna call you for backup, girl.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. But yeah, being conscious of what you engage and who you engage with is very important to having a
It
consistent
is.
vibration.
It is.
Because once you raise your vibration to a certain frequency, you automatically attract lower vibration to try to bring you down to where they are. So we gotta be very mindful of who we deal with, how we deal with them. Well, ain't nothing wrong, but you gotta have balance also. So you gotta have to balance the light and the dark within yourself. So you can't be all uppity duppity good and all shit all the time. But being too good is detrimental too. So you gotta keep it in the middle, in the neutral zone. You feel me? And balance out your light and your shadow self. She said she got a. I already know, Soul Fam. I got you too. You already know how we
I
go.
already knew she's a little warrior. The second she said Aries, Moon, and Mars, was like, stop the
I got
brakes.
Scorpio Moon and Pluto in the first. I black out too. Like when I flash out, I really
Yo, my
flash out.
best. We talked about this the other day. My best friend is Scorpio Moon. Man, I love y'all. People be thinking y'all are intense and too much. No, I freaking love y'all. Let's go deep. Like I can do this all day. I got ninth house sun in midheaven.
That was so. We just intense when people make us like that. But we very loyal, man. We loyal friends, loyal people.
Oh my, that's why I love Scorpio. Y'all are so easily misunderstood, man. But remember how I was saying earlier off the air that like me being in my own authentic nature and me being so deep, I used to be told all the time by people back home, like, man, why you gotta go so deep all the time? Like, why does it always gotta be like that? And it's like, I didn't really understand at that point that like people can only meet you as deeply as they've met themselves. So I didn't realize like I was actually triggering people who weren't ready for like, real conversations or real reflection.
But you got Scorpio
So,
energy
oh
too.
God.
You got a house placement. So you in our category. You got the Aries with Scorpio energy. So you there too. That's why you
Yeah.
trigger people. Scorpio known to bring the
That's why.
darkness out. We known to bring the darkness and trigger people. Only for their transformation. 'Cause Scorpio represents transformation, right? So we trigger people
Yeah.
to trigger their own transformation. We make them look at themselves for real. Recognize their own
Seriously.
insecurities and darkness for real. Most people try to hide their
And like
darkness. Scorpio will bring that to the forefront.
so
Go
easy to
ahead.
tell who's like it's so easy to tell who's on their journey and who's like all about self-growth and self-improvement, honestly, because those who really are on it and that are serious about it and that are radically honest with themselves and can really like look at themselves in the mirror for better and for worse, those are the ones that aren't going to get offended by it. Those are the ones that aren't going to get triggered by it. Those are the ones that are going to actually just appreciate it. You know what I mean? It's just the ones that aren't on that journey. Those are the ones that like we be triggering and pissing off. I'm like, oh, my
Facts. Let me see what else we can talk about. Oh, I just spoke on that. Be around honest and high vibrational people will raise your vibration and being in high vibrational places will keep you maintain high vibration. So what is high vibration? A person that's full of love, compassion, a supportive person, somebody that uplifts you, somebody with good energy. When you be around them, you feel better about yourself just by being in their presence. That's his high vibrational person.
Just
Low
like I
vibration.
said earlier, like think.
Say what now? Are you good? What you
I was
say?
saying, I was validating what you were saying. I was validating what you were saying because I was like, like I was saying earlier, think about how you feel when you walk away from a conversation with a person. Do you feel good about yourself? Do you feel seen? Do you feel heard? Do you feel validated? Or do you feel drained? Do you feel annoyed? Do you feel irritated? Like, how do you feel? And if you're feeling like more on the yin side where you're feeling good, you're feeling like refreshed, you might feel revitalized, you might feel seen or validated or whatever. That's how you know you just left the presence of a high vibrational person.
Right. Fact. Big fact. Um, reprogramming your subconscious mind. So the subconscious hold all the thoughts that we don't bring to the forefront to the conscious for real. The conscious is seen, the subconscious is unseen. So when people trigger us, they usually trigger our subconscious and bring it to the conscious, which is our trauma. So when people do certain things, it trigger our subconscious and bring that trauma to the conscious that we normally react in a not good way. If we not actually healed from that trauma, or we haven't released that trauma yet, or if we haven't dealt with that trauma yet. So reprogramming the subconscious would be a great tool to utilize to handle trauma. You want to speak on some of that?
Yeah, I was just wanted to keep that one off. And again, I can only speak from experience, personal experience, but for me, reprogramming my conscious has taken a lot of intentionality and mindfulness. Meditation, absolutely. You know, affirmations changed my freaking life. Um, my favorite white man, Bob Barker, love that man. Like that man, like he changed my life with the affirmations. Seriously. Um, those alone, affirmations alone, I'm just gonna say on that because affirmations
You
were
breaking
opening
up,
up the
fam.
door for me to
I can
create
barely
new
hear
neural
you.
pathways in my brain. Oh,
I can barely hear you.
can you hear me now?
Uh, your
Hmm.
screen kind of frozen too. But I just speak till it come in. You get your service.
One second.
One way to
Okay.
reprogram the subconscious is
Okay.
through meditation, like she said, through affirmations. Um, you can even do it through vision boards.
Mm.
And if you need more information on that, I can break that down too. But through vision board, meditation, affirmations, um, or come one of my meditations where we reprogram the whole DNA. And how we reprogram the whole DNA is deleting the old programs and uploading new program. Because human beings are biological computers, and we just upgrade the computer system, the biological system, which is this on a cellular level, which the soul is responsible for the memory and the DNA. So once you reprogram the DNA, you reprogram the memories, and you just start off as like a computer. You just update and you run faster. You know, you operate better. You know, you get rid of the virus that's had your system running slow, and you just be to your full potential. But that's a whole long story. But couple ways to do that is through meditation, affirmations, and reprogramming the DNA.
Mhm.
How your service? Your screen still frozen.
Oh, I'm still frozen?
Hmm.
Should I hop out and hop back in?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can if you want.
Okay. 1 second. I'm gonna do that.
Yeah. Once you confront your traumas and heal from your traumas, consciously heal from your trauma, it create growth. And that growth will show in every aspect of your life, even through manifestation. Because some manifestations are held back because of our trauma. Because our trauma keeps us operating the root chakra, which is survival. When people are operating in survival mode, it blocks manifestation because you're not operating fully through all your chakras. You just overload one chakra and it becomes stagnant and blocked. So once you confront all your traumas, it create manifestation for growth. And it help all the chakras to operate fully functioning how they supposed to. Um Another way, I'll go ahead and speak on this. Breaking contracts. 'Cause often our trauma is associated with our karma, and our karma is associated with soul contracts. I shared a post about this earlier. Before we incarnated into this vessel for spirit and soul, we were binded to certain contracts, but we agreed to certain contract before we came. Some we agreed on, and some were automatic designated for us to go through to experience. But we have the free will and the willpower to break certain contract that we feel the need we had no need for. And how to break that contract, you're gonna have to get with me on a one-on-one section. We do that at Elmo Astro G Academy. Break contracts. And contracts can be with entities, people, places, even animals. And all these can lead to a traumatic experience. Although life is all about experience, we just got having a human experience for real. But some experience we already experienced more than one time, probably more than 100 times, and we just keep experiencing these experiments, and that's when it's time to break the contract.
Hey.
That what we also breaking generational curses. If you didn't notice, the generation curse go on and on and on and on and on until somebody break the generation curse. Another word for generation curse is just basically the contracts that we were binded by before reincarnation. Like I said, some we agreed on, some we didn't agree on, some we are aware of, some we are unaware of. So once we had a knowledge of that and observe that, we can have the ability and the free will to break certain contracts. And like I said, some contracts in between people, some contracts in between places, and some contract is in between entities, dark entities and light entities. But that's up to you decide through your traumatic experience what it is. And like I said, if you want to know how to break contract, hit me up in the DM. I give you the rundown on that. That's a little bit too long to be discussing right here. Well, I'll let you take the flow since you back.
Okay. Should I go back to what I was talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so basically I was just saying that like affirmations really like helped me a lot, and just like meditating as well, because it really helped me stay mindful. It helped me practice intentionality. It helped me slow down. It helped me stop operating in autopilot, because when I would operate in autopilot, I would operate in a way where that was the only way that I've ever known how to operate, and that was like when Kelly was still in survival mode, you know? So affirmations really opened up the door for me, and, you know, repeating them so consistently literally created new neural pathways in my brain. And it really did start to like build up my self-esteem and my belief in myself. I mean, there was a point in time where like I didn't even trust my own intuition, you know? There was also a point in time where I did start leaning into my intuition and trusting it, and, you know, only doing like, you know, readings for myself and my close friends and family, because like, again, I just didn't validate myself and my intuition enough for me to like feel safe reading for complete strangers who don't know me and I don't know them, you know? But yeah, that really, like I said, affirmations, just practicing mindfulness, slowing down. allowing my feminine energy to breathe, allowing my masculine energy to take a break, learning how to receive, and choosing different, like just making the conscious decision that like, this isn't who I am. This isn't what I want to be. This doesn't make me happy. I'm stressed out, and deciding what it is that's going to make me feel safe, make me feel whole, make me feel happy, make me feel like, okay, I am in alignment with who Kelly actually is.
Facts. That what's up. Let me bring the screen back up. Yeah, I was just speaking earlier when you had went out about operating in survival. That's operating out the root chakra. When you operate out of root chakra, you operate out of survival, and that usually comes from our traumatic experiences, which makes us operate off survival because we're expecting it everywhere we go for real. So that create paranoia. Like I said about the Scorpio, a low vibration Scorpio is paranoid. A high vibration Scorpio is pronoid. Pronoid is the opposite of paranoid. Paranoid is expecting the worst to happen. Pronoid is expecting the best to happen. I think I'm in my pronoid area right now. It took a long, long time for that. When I say a long time, I mean a long time. And a lot of work, a lot of inner work. I used to be paranoid about everything, but now I'm just pronoid. And it just take you doing the inner work through meditation, however you want to do it. Prayer, yoga, whatever best for you. Whatever you feel like best for you. Do that. But you gotta do work on yourself. Nobody ain't gonna do it for you. You know what I'm saying? You gotta take responsibility of your own traumas. And know that like I said about the contract, once you become aware that what you signed up for all this to experience this, no matter what it is, no matter what the traumatic experience is, you signed up to experience this so God can feel how it feels to have this traumatic experience, because we all God living in a human body. The only limitation of God is inside of a human body. So we signed up for this, but also we can break those contracts. Because like I said, most of the time they go on and on and on and on through reincarnation and generation after generation until you become self-aware, self-conscious on how to break the contract and how to break the generational curse. And if you need help on that, hit me up. I'll help you out. Anything else you want to speak on?
Honestly, I just want to encourage anybody that's watching this that you don't need to shrink yourself down to fit into spaces for anybody or anything, whether it be in your family, whether it be at your job, whether it be with your friends, the town that you live in, the town that you grew up in. You learn a hell of a lot about yourself when you move, especially when you're surrounded in an environment where you have to put on an act and performance to be a version of yourself to appease everybody else around you. That's not you operating in your authentic nature. So I really encourage anybody that is watching this to it is going to be scary. I can understand that you might be accused of being a villain or being the bad guy by people who don't practice self-love or self-respect or have boundaries. But I promise you, when you do decide to separate yourself and choose yourself and start walking in your authenticity and choosing that path, you will naturally become a vibrational match to those who also choose themselves, who are also walking a similar path, who will see you, who will validate you, who will hear you, who will hold space for you, and who will love you unconditionally. So whatever it is that anybody's settling for that's watching this right now, I'm telling you, there is something better out there for you. And I strongly encourage you to go after that. And if anybody needs any help or support or advice, you guys can always contact me. Seriously, that's what I do. It's what I'm passionate about. I think that's one of the reasons why God put me on this earth. And I am big on living out my North Node. So, yeah.
Where North Node at?
Aquarius in the 7th house.
Oh, 7th house. Yeah, you can't learn how to deal with people.
I know.
People with North Node in 7, they don't want to be around people for real, but that's their whole.
I love people. I'm a golden retriever. I'm just too deep, and so people don't fuck with me. So I'm like, okay. So I just learned how to embrace being by myself, and I love it now. And now I'm starting to like trying to like force myself to like open back up and like be open to new connect, like what we were talking about off air earlier. Like it's taken a lot for me to like open myself back up and be open to new connections, you know. But I think the longer that I've just been cool with like not having people in my life, the longer that I've just been okay with being alone, the longer that I've just been accepting myself, the easier it's been to attract authentic people who actually do see me, who actually do rock with me, who actually do want me a part of their life and want to be a part of mine. And it's restoring faith in humanity, and it is really changing my perception on relationships, truly.
Yep, I feel that. If you have any questions, you can type them in the comment. If you have any question for us or how to confront your traumas, it's your time to ask it now. Yes, sir. When you're in alignment with the universe, your tribe just falls in your hand for real. You attract the right people for you to help you manifest and advance in life. But it take work.
I think
Work.
when you walk down your authentic path and you are like in your authentic nature, you become a literal vibrational match to your heart's truest desires. So y'all want true love, y'all want to be accepted and seen and loved and valued. Start accepting, love, and seeing and valuing yourself, and you're naturally going to attract somebody who values and loves and respects themselves, and they're going to see you in that same way, because at the end of the day, we're all just a reflection of each other. So how people treat you really is just a reflection of how they feel and treat themselves, for better and for worse, you know? So if you want to be a vibrational match to what it is that you truly, truly want, then start picking yourself. Start walking down your, like, start picking yourself. Just be authentic. Be yourself. Be yourself. It is so easy. Just be yourself, and be yourself unapologetically. Like, that has been like one of the most liberating things for me, is just being myself unapologetically. And even as an Aries and a Capricorn, like, I'm such a troll. Like, when I know somebody doesn't like me just because I'm existing, I'm going to give you more of a reason to not like me, because I'm just going to like be happier and like laugh more and just enjoy life. And I know it's going to trigger them, and I just can't help myself. But you will become a vibrational match to those who are on that same path, and you will become a vibrational match to what is it that you truly desire, because what you truly desires you. You just have to like take inspired action towards that, however that looks for you.
Yep. Got to be in alignment with it, because is it a certain vibration? You just got to match it. And once you match it,
it's not just about deciding.
Mm-hmm. And like I said, take work, inner work, through meditation, affirmations, and reprogramming the subconscious. Yeah. But most important, you gotta do the inner work if you want to maintain and operate at a high vibrational level. Inner work is a must. I know a lot of people skip that step. I ain't gonna lie, I used to skip that step.
I did too for a long time.
Yeah. But that's a must. She said she like you, fam. Oh, that's Soul Fam.
Oh, right? I like you too. You're so cute.
Soul Fam right here.
I'm gonna have to find her online. Yeah, I'm gonna have to find her online. She's cute.
Yep. Yeah, being honest with yourself also. Not only being around honest people, but being honest with yourself, recognizing your faults and your flaws and working on them daily. Like I say, the inner work. Yeah, I'm gonna preach that. The inner work is a must. Only way to recognize your flaws and your strengths and weaknesses is to become self-aware, self-conscious of self. If you're not self-aware of yourself, then you do stuff subconsciously, unaware and unknowingly, which is triggered by our traumas.
That's also a playground for people's narcissistic traits and tendencies.
Right. You want to speak on that?
You're so funny. I know what you're doing. Okay. Sure. Yeah, we could do that. I believe that everybody has narcissistic traits and tendencies. It's just a matter of whether or not you're aware of them. And it can show up in many forms. Actually, I got notes on this. Hold up. I put notes on my phone on this. Give me 1 second here. Give me 1 second here, because this is good. Sorry, my cat's hair is like freaking everywhere. Okay, 1 second. Okay, so yeah, like having narcissistic traits can include things like wanting to feel special or admired. You know what I mean? Or like caring about how others see you too much, more than you care about how you see you, you know? And I used to be one of those people. I used to care so much about how people see me. I still do to a certain degree. You know, it's like Capricorn energy. Like I hate being perceived. Like I hate it, because usually when I am, it's like under the wrong narrative or the wrong impression, and it's like whatever. At the end of the day, I can't control what you see or what you think or whatever, or what you choose to acknowledge about me. So it is what it is. I'm not going to waste my time on you because you've shown me you're wasting my time, and I'm moving on. But that is one thing. I used to care way too much about what people thought about me, to where it would like, I would put that performance back on. I put that suit back on, put that mask back on, you know, and perform. Fuck that. That's you living out one of your narcissistic tendencies. I'm not doing that for nobody. Even in your job, you know, even in your job, if you feel like you had to overperform too much just to get validation that you're doing a good fucking job, you're not, sorry for the language, you're not working in the right place.
Are you
Another
good?
one
Speak
is
speak your mind.
seeking.
You
Okay,
good.
okay.
Yeah,
So
fuck
I
that
just, I
shit.
don't know what's allowed of what's up. Okay. Another one is like seeking validation or recognition, you know, like do shit just because you're gonna do. And that's actually a narcissistic trait that I still carry. You've seen me cry on my posts about like how the algorithm's fucking with me and I'm not feeling seen and blah blah blah. And you've gone out your way to like blow up my post and help me. That is one of my narcissistic traits that I'm still working on. I'm
Right.
like over here, like, should I keep putting out this content on all these asteroids and astrology because people don't like it? No, I fucking like it. I've loved astrology since I was 9 years old. Honestly, the reason why I created Angelverse Arcana was for me more than it was for you. I mean, yes, I'm here to like
Right.
help collective, but I don't get to pick the people that I help. So the best way
Right.
that I can help collective is just by me being my authentic self and making a space for myself to express myself and just be myself. And part of that is talking about astrology because I love it. I love it. I'm not an astrologist. I'm still learning how to read charts. I know you're encouraging me to like start going off in intuition because I know the basics, you know, but and I will. I promise. You have my word. I will. Give me 30 days. I'm still trying to put it together, but give me 30 days and I'm going to have that service up. Hey, Jenna. And I'm going to have that service up on my website. You have my word. Okay. 30 days from today. So by April 30th, it will be on my website. My
I
word is
bet.
bond.
Yeah, you got this.
Okay.
You
Okay.
ready?
But that's one of my narcissistic traits that I'm currently working through is posting my asteroid content, even if I get a like or not, even if I get a comment or not, you know. I think I was just like feeling like I was out in the void. I'm like, am I talking to myself? And so like it triggered sort of my inner child, because like my inner child was never heard, wasn't allowed to have a voice, wasn't allowed to express herself. And so like I realized that like I'm seeking external validation when I need to validate myself, you know. So
Right.
I took myself out of my authentic nature, out of my authenticity, and I basically allowed like that old narrative's voice, that negative, nasty voice that's not even my own, that's somebody else's voice in my head, trying to convince me that, like, see, I told you, like, your content's not valuable. You should just fucking give up. I'm not doing that shit. I'm not giving up. I don't want to give up. I love doing what I do. I love that I created my own little corner in the internet for myself where I get to just be myself. I get to just talk about the things that I talk about. And it's a bonus if I happen to meet people who want to support that and like that and talk about it and expand more on it and like grow from it. Like that is a bonus to me. So
Fact.
that is one of my narcissistic traits that I'm working through. I have one more though. One more is feeling confident or proud of your accomplishments. Boom. What are we talking about right now? That ties in with one of my narcissistic traits. Like I can't even lie, bro. Like I mean, not that I would, but like I can't even like. If I wanted to in this podcast, I couldn't even keep that private about me because of what we're talking about. It's just like so open and raw. But no, that's something I'm
Right.
currently dealing with. It's a narcissistic trait. And that doesn't mean that I'm a full-blown narcissist. It just means that I'm human. That's all it means. I actually have another note to touch up on that. I have another note. After all these bullet points I wrote, these are totally normal to a certain degree. And a healthy amount of narcissism is 100% necessary for things like your self-worth, your ambition, setting boundaries. Problems are only going to come up when those traits become like excessive or harmful to others, or are used to like manipulate and control situations into personal favor. And that's when it starts to tip into like the narcissistic personality disorder or becomes like a toxic behavioral pattern.
Yeah.
So really what I mean by that phrase is it really is just a reminder for all of us that narcissists exist on a spectrum. And most of us fall somewhere in the middle of that spectrum. It doesn't mean that we're all full-blown narcissists, that we have narcissistic personality disorder. It just means that we have our flaws. We're freaking human. It's okay. How you address it is just be radically honest with yourself. Be radically honest, be mindful, be intentional, and choose different, choose better. If there's something about yourself you don't like, you need to take responsibility and change it, because nobody's going to change it for you. And if you feel like people don't see it, I promise you they see it.
Big facts, fam. I appreciate
I used to try to hide my shit, man. Oh my God. Until my dirty laundry get fucking aired out publicly. I'm like, bro, that's the only way the divine will be able to get through me is through fucking public humiliation. So it took a lot. It took a lot. I've been dragged, but I chose the hard road. So
I feel you. As long as you're doing what you love, that's all that matters. Then the right people will gravitate towards you.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Michelle said, you know, my issue is meditation. It's hard. The more you practice, the better you get.
I got something to say to that.
Go ahead.
I got something to say to that. Okay. So all right, meditation can come in any and all forms. I know that, you know, our man L here, he has his, you know, form of meditation that works for him. And I've learned there's different forms of meditation. Like it can be anything that you kind of just get lost into a trance doing, like doing laundry or doing dishes or just like driving in the car, you know, like, okay, perfect example. You ever kind of just like been zoning out while you're driving and you finally get home and you're like, holy shit, did I run any red lights? How did I get home? Like that's a form of meditation right there. You're in your zone, you know? So meditation can take different forms. You just got to pick what works best for you. It could even be dancing. Like when you're in your zone, it could be music. When you're in your zone, those are forms of meditation. Those are times where you're just flowing energetically. And that's where things can just like, that's where answers can just like naturally come to you. You ever have like an aha moment when like you're doing your chores? I do all the time. Or when I'm driving, like all the time. Like, hold on, let me pull over. I gotta take a note on this really quick on my phone. Like seriously, I get downloads all the time from just doing the most basic stuff. And those are my forms of meditation. So I completely understand when you say like, you know, just sitting on your ass, you know, trying to close your eyes and trying to find your center and visualizing certain things. It doesn't work for everybody, and that's perfectly okay. You just got to find a form of meditation that works best for you.
Yup, big facts, fam. She said, okay. Daniel said Virgo.
Oh, that's my brother.
What up, fam?
Yeah, I got a 6th house stellium.
Yeah,
I got a
that
6th
sound
house
about right.
stellium, so he knows.
Virgo meditation,
Yeah.
cleaning. Yeah, that sound about right.
Yeah, that's my Scorpio moon brother.
Oh, that fam. What up with you?
Yeah, that's the one that you met the other day that was sitting over here with me.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's Daniel. You're welcome. I'm so glad that helped. That makes me feel good. But I can't feel too good because that might be narcissistic. Let me stop. I'm just kidding.
Oh, she said that early when we were cussing. She said I listen better when y'all cuss.
Okay, well, you would love a reading with me because I'm raw and unfiltered. I'll fucking tell you like it is. Well, not just me, your guides will tell you like it is.
Right.
I'll just deliver it in a way that you need to hear it. Speaking of readings, if you don't mind me promoting myself right quick.
Oh yeah.
I'm currently having a 22. Yep, I'm having a 22% off all readings in honor of Venus retrograde. Still ends at midnight on April 12th. Feel free to go to www.angelversearcana.com, click on services, and you can see all of my readings that I offer at this time. It is subject to change. I am going to be adding on more services later. I just have a lot of projects going on, so my hands are full. But go ahead and pick one out. The price is already discounted. You'll be able to see the original price. It'll be slashed out, and then you'll see the new price. Everything's 22% off. So if you're interested in booking a reading with me, feel free. We can do love, career, finance, general, see what the divine wants you to know, anything you want. So it's something I just want to talk about too. Something that I think I'm going to open myself up to is maybe helping people out with court cases, law cases, justice cases, because I just helped one of my very first clients win a family law case, and it was huge.
Oh, yeah?
It was a huge accomplishment for both of us. So yeah,
What's
it felt really good actually. I was
what's
so
your
nervous
website?
about that reading. I remember calling my brother. Huh?
What's your website one more time? What's your website one more time?
Oh, www.angelversearcana.com.
All right. But you can go ahead and discuss what you were just saying, though. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just saying that like one of my very first clients that I took on last year came to me about a family law case, and she was just wondering if she should, pursue it and go to court and things like that. And I connected. Oh, thank you. I worked really hard on that. So she came to me asking if she should go ahead and proceed with what she was feeling like doing. And, I asked my higher self to connect with her higher self. I had my spirit team connect with her spirit team. We pulled the cards on it, and it was all systems go. So we encouraged her to go through it. It's been a year, just under a year, and she won her case.
That what's up, fam? That's what's up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to do more of that.
Yeah, if you click on services, if you click on services right there, that should take you to I think on the picture. Yeah, it should take you to my services right now. But yeah, so she
got two more categories to put up there.
One
you got
case.
astrology chart reading and court case to put up there.
I know. I'm so excited. I'm just like nervous to do to jump off that ledge of court cases, because it only happened one time type shit, but still I'm thinking about it. I'm really thinking about it.
One time is a charm. As long as you get one right, you can get all of them right.
I know, but then I have that my shadow's like, well, what if we get it wrong? So I still have those,
Nobody gonna be perfect, man. Ain't nobody perfect. Ain't nobody can say they got everything right.
I know.
If they did, they say they lie.
I know, but imagine me doing readings for court cases and stuff, and I get that wrong. That would be crazy. And I feel like that would be so detrimental to my reputation, and that would mess with me and my relationship with myself and my intuition.
Well, it worked two ways, though. It worked with the person you're working
with,
and so it's not all your fault. If
you
just own it up for advice.
That's true, and I do give disclaimers. Energy is always subject to change. Situations are always subject to change. So if you feel like something's off, something's changed, or something's not moving in the direction that the card said that it would, then I always encourage people to come back to me, do another reading, and we'll see. And 9 times out of 10, if it's something like that, I'm not about to charge you, because I want to help. I genuinely want to help. It's not always about making money. I'm really here to help people for real. So if they want to, I think with that, I would offer it for free. And if they wanted to donate, great. But I'm not expecting it, because that's just, especially when it comes to something serious, like court cases, they take a lot out of you, and oftentimes they're life altering. And if I'm encouraging you to do something life altering and things aren't moving in the direction that we said originally they would, come back to me. We'll do a free reading. Let's figure out what's going on, what change in the energy, and we'll get some answers.
You only can do the best you can do. You know what I'm saying?
So far, and I'm grateful to say it, I have. Yeah, so far I can honestly say I've, knock on wood, I've yet to be wrong in any of my readings, and that feels amazing. So I hope that I can keep that same trajectory.
Oh, you can. My wifey said she loved the overview of different kinds of meditations.
Thank you so much. That means a lot.
Yeah, we only can do our best, you know what I'm saying? As long as we give it our best, we did all we can do,
Absolutely. And that's always what I tell myself. If I did my best, I know I did my best. That's all I can do. So I surrender. because I can't offer more than my best. There's no point in me stressing out on it. There's no point in me like
Right.
beating myself up and abusing myself over it. And there's no
Yeah.
point in me crying and hurting. I mean, you can cry if that's how you feel, but like, don't convince yourself that you're a failure. You did your best. And sometimes people don't understand that, like, you were meant to fail even if you did do your best, because that was part of the there's either a lesson or it's just like a strengthening and conditioning practice with you and the divine.
Right. Right. Yep. And you gotta operate with confidence. Once you step in with
Absolutely.
you, your overall being improves anyway. Like you just step in with confidence. It give you more strength and attitude towards what you're doing. And you only get confidence by doing what you
Right.
did. You got the first one right, so that builds up your confidence, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
it's all
Facts.
falling in
Facts.
love with each other. So you should have the confidence to keep going. Just keep going, fam.
Yeah, I'm going to. You're right. I'm going to.
You got it.
I want to map out how that looks. I need to take time to like process it, design it in my head before I can even get it down on paper, you know, and how I want it to look. And then once I have that down, then I'll start kind of playing around with setting up the different types of readings and things like that. By the way, if you have any feedback on my website, for better and for worse, I'm open to it. Constructive criticism, I'm all about it. Not be
Who,
offended.
me?
Yeah.
Oh, I like it. It look good to me. You just need to add those 2 categories I
Yeah.
just
If you
told
have any okay, okay. Like I said, 30 days, 30 days. I promise.
you.
My word is bond, 30 days. That's why I was saying I need time to process it, map it out in my head and how I want it to look. Then I can draft it out and then I can start moving towards executing it. You know, I just need to take a little bit of time. That's just kind of how I work.
I like the little symbol right here.
Oh, thank you. One of my friends designed it.
Oh yeah.
I think it looks like a shield, but it was supposed to be a crystal, but I kind of like that it looks like a shield. It looks like, I don't know, like
Kind of look
divine
like an
protection
ostrich.
to me is what it
Yeah.
represents.
Yep. Like an
Yeah, it looked like
ostrich.
divine protection.
Yep. Well, I guess
Thinking
they're
about
gonna
switching those pictures out, those 4 pictures out.
for right here. Oh, why?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
then
I
update
think I want to switch
with
them
a
out
new
just because,
picture.
like, I found some of them on Raw Pixel, but my services one, that's actually a picture that I took of my actual decks. Thank you. That means a lot. But I want to like find pictures that I think kind of like mesh better together than those 4. You know, those are just something that I threw up really quick because, you know, I was excited to have my website published and ready for people to see. So, but yeah, I think I'm gonna do something different with those pictures just because I want them to like kind of pair better together.
Mm-hmm. That what's up.
Yeah. Maybe I'll have a picture of myself for my background so people can. I feel like I hide a little bit behind like my logo. I don't post my face enough on Angelverse Arcana. And if I am about authenticity, I need to stop hiding. No, I'm such a Capricorn, bro. Like I have that stellium. Like I just want to like hide in the woodwork. And then it's like that fucking that 8th house, that Scorpio energy. Like
Yeah, that's
want
the
to
A
see but
house.
not be seen, like a cat type shit.
I
Yeah,
know
not
another
Ella.
person just
So,
like that too.
but I'm a Leo rising. No, I'm a Leo rising. I attract attention even when I don't want it. So I can't like hide forever.
Right. With the Leo rising, you got to be seen, or you're gonna be seen anyway, some type of way with Leo.
No. I know. And then I got my South Node also on Leo in the 1st house. So I'm used to being the star.
Facts, big facts. So I guess they're gonna conclude the show. I appreciate everybody tuning in,
Okay.
showing support, and we'll let you do the outro. Tell people where they can find you and all that.
Well, first of all, thank you so much for having me here. You guys can find me on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. I can't lie, I haven't posted on YouTube in like months, but I do have a YouTube. They're all at Angelverse Arcana. And yeah, I'm also on Threads as well. You guys can find my website, www.angelversearcana.com. And yeah, Elle, thank you so much for your time, your energy. Thank you for allowing me to be here and kind of just share with the world who I am. It was truly an honor. Like, thank you.
No problem. No problem. That's what I'm here for, fam. Yes, sir. And you already know where you can find me You welcome, fam.
Thank you.
You know, you can find me, the Universal Humanitarian, at every social media site. It's IG, Universal Humanitarian, Facebook, the Universal Humanitarian, YouTube, the Universal Humanitarian. Tap in. And if you want to meditate with us, we do that every Mondays and Wednesdays. And it's not a regular meditation. I promise you won't be disappointed. You'll leave out a
I
new
like it.
person. Yep. I guess that'll conclude it. Peace out.